Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 21st of October 2024. So bullion, Bitcoin and banks soar as Trump trade dominates data this week. Bets on a Republican sweep trumped no landing narratives this week as silver soared as well. We'll look at that in more detail. Dollar pairs some weekly strength while bonds bounce, oil slides, stocks mixed into the weekend. And endgame, US ends fiscal 2024 paying a record 1.1 trillion just in interest on the 38 trillion debt that they have. So it's unsustainable, we know that, but they'll keep kicking the can until they can't. US banks suffer biggest weekly deposit outflow since the SVB crisis. Silicon Valley Bank and money market funds see outflows as tax filing extension deadline looms as well. So again, it's all happening behind the scenes. Economic news for today. Well, there isn't any today. So let's have a look, see what we've got for the rest of the week. We've got the BRICS summit. That's going to be an interesting one as well, as they discuss de-dollarization. Bank of England governor tomorrow as well. And Lagarde also out. So it all picks up from tomorrow. There's no point looking through the rest. But no economic news today. Markets will have to make their own directions. Speaking of directions, let's have a look at Fridays, see what the market eventually did, and work our way through to what's likely to happen during today. So let's kick off and have a look at the Dow. So in the Dow, another update on Friday. There was a bit of hesitation. Obviously, the market down first to the 5, or just below the 5-bar moving average, and then moved up. We've got a new all-time high on the overnight at 43,346. No stopping this at the moment, and according to Zero Hedge this morning, Goldman Sachs behind a landslide win for Trump, and the stock market also hoping for Trump, is what the headline was alluding to. So 30-minute charts, Dow up with a bit of a sell after the open on Friday, but the market's gapped up there. It needs to fill that gap, so not far off actually filling that. If we just draw in a line there, it's got to come back to at least there, so 43,275, just above that at the moment at the BRN there, just finding support at that level. German Dax also makes a new all-time high overnight, 19,679. 20,000 is the target. It'll have no problem doing that if Trump gets in. What happens after? Or maybe before. Who knows? I mean, they may crash the markets before to keep Kamala in. We're living in the twilight zone. We have no idea what's coming. Nothing feels right. That's the only thing I will say. From gut feeling wise, you've got 38 trillion of debt, 1.1 trillion in payments. They're printing 1 trillion every 100 days to keep it all going. So hardly surprising. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But German DAX down on the overnight at the moment. Look at the 30-minute there. You can see prices pulling back. Gap was filled in the 30-minute. Friday, the market moving up nicely. Had a bit of a pullback there during the US Open. But then the market moving back. So watch the DP overnight. We're below the 50 EMA. And we're already oversold. So we could see the markets turning around and moving back up from this level. In the S&P 500, no new all-time high overnight. Friday, the market didn't breach Thursday's session, but overnight prices are sideways to higher there above the 5 MA. You can see there, nice move up, and then the market pulling back to the 50 EMA before the close, and we're drifting down slightly there as well on the overnight. Meanwhile, in the UK, the market waits for the budget at the end of the month. The end of the month is not that far away now, 30th of October, if I recall. Prices are still stuck in the sideways range, but they are at the top end of that range as I actually record this, and we've got rising lows going back up to this. So do we get a breakout in this and go back to the all-time highs in this market too? We'll just have to see how it reacts to Reeves' first budget in a week after next, isn't it? It's going to be. It will actually be next week, won't it? 21st today. Yep, so next week. The intraday for the FTSE market sideways, then down to the 200 MA. market bouncing off this, and then overnight prices are sideways. Let me just confirm that budget date. It's driving me mad here. Just 1 second. Okay, yeah, it's a week on Wednesday, 30th of October, so that's what the FT 100 is, probably why it's trading sideways, as you can see there. Right, let's have a look at the US dollar. So the US dollar, as it said in the headlines, pulling back there on Friday. Overnight prices are trying to find a bit of support there for this market. That's all I can say there. So let's have a look at the metals, which also made the headlines, including silver. So let's have a look at both of these. So silver allowed to move higher and break out it did on Friday, which is very unusual for a Friday. They like to slam the price on a Friday. So you can see there through that 32.94. We've been up as high as 34, I think, overnight, so just above it, $34.09 there. So we're moving quite nicely. Will it be allowed to continue? I'm not getting too gung-ho about this at all, as I've said before, until we get back above $50 an ounce, the all-time high from 2011 and 1979. Then I will start to maybe, but at the moment anything can happen, particularly if you get a big pullback in the stock market. They'll use that to say, well, there's going to be less demand for silver, for solar panels, etc., the usual rhetoric, and then slam the price. But so in the 30-minute we've got this gap. Don't know what's going on here, because there's obviously some problem with the data. Maybe it's not used to being above $34 an ounce or 33, but obviously I'm being facetious, but there's something wrong, so unfortunately we haven't got the true reflection. But the daily chart is correct, which is odd, because that should be able to be subdivided down into the 30-minute chart, but there's obviously an issue there. But overnight, so say the market's put in that above $34, which is the red line, and is now pulling back there. No surprise. Don't be surprised if it pulls back considerably today for this market. In gold, continuing to move higher, making a new all-time high as well. $3,000 an ounce is where it's going, as we see prices moving higher there, and then also pulling back a bit there as well on the overnight. Quick look at the gold-silver ratio, and you can see on Friday, it might not show the 30-minute data in the chart, but you can see there the silver price moving very, very fast. We've been down to 76 already this year in August, and it's just a matter of whether the market will hold at that level or not. If it does, or if it gets down to that level, we'll just have to wait and see there. Right, so have a quick look at Friday's trading session. So on Friday the markets were moving up nicely, traded up to the close in the pre-market session, and then we headed into the cash markets, prices moving higher. No signal there, but the market then stuck in a bit of a range, but trending higher through the BRN and continuing to move up there nicely. So some 80 points, but unfortunately we didn't get a signal off the first bar though. Certainly not an automated one, but you can see there prices then trading sideways as we head into the mid-morning, and the market then waiting for the US. We had news on Friday moving back, nice move through the mid-morning there, prices sideways, and then we get into the afternoon where we had a sell signal, and then prices moving back, and then putting in a second sell signal there right on the 200 MA. See the support there, but prices do go down and manage to break through there before coming back again like a magnet. That 200 MA is when it wants to see prices move back to the upside, and that's where it finds support, and then stays above that level and continues to move in the upward trajectory, which again is no surprise, is it? So have a look at the overnight markets, and you'll see prices there are currently sideways to lower. Watch the DP, because having made that new all-time high overnight, it's going to be crucial that the market stays above the DP. There's the high, there's the close, and the 200 MA as well, so we've got a bit of resistance there as well, so prices will need to stay above this level. Right, let's see what happens today, particularly in the metals market. I think you'll be in for a bit of profit taking today, unless the silver market has genuinely moved out now and the short squeeze is on. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, that's it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.